Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Major League Baseball on tap on this Thursday night. It's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Well, Singy, when you consider the top hitters' ballparks in the sport, this has got to be one of them.
I'll say this. Pitchers have to stay with their game. They can't look over their shoulder and think, I have to be fine and perfect on every pitch. Continue to pitch to your strengths, and you'll come out of here with a good outing.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Our starting pitcher in this one, Connolly Early. Chris, what should we keep an eye on here with him?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
All right, just about ready to go here at Fenway. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Chop to third, Durbin. Whips it across. One pitch and one out.
Batting second, center fielder.
As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. Singy, this righty-heavy lineup must be licking their chops with a lefty on the mound.
Now, to me, Boog, it shows the managers trying to set these players up to have a big game. Facing an opposite-handed pitcher, you only get a fraction of a second longer to see the ball and decide to swing, but that can be the difference between a line drive and a swinging strike.
Outside. Ball one. Foul ball there. Just getting started here from Fenway Park. Swing and a miss, and that's strike two. Got him. That's out number two.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
The designated hitter, Cody Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger up now. The former MVP seemed to find his rhythm again at the plate last season.
Yeah, it seems like he just found a way to simplify everything again, and when he's playing well, the ball jumps off his bat.
Two down, nobody on. Swing and a high fly ball in the air left field. Carrying well on the warning track and hauls it in. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And taking the ball for the Yankees, Cam Schlittler. What do you have on him, Chris?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
And there's the strike. The 0-1. That's a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. And Singy, I'm a bit surprised to see this many righties in a lineup against a right-hander.
Yeah, you're not the only one, Boog. I'm a bit surprised as well. And, you know, some hitters work well against same-handed pitching. You know, just back in 2024, Bobby Witt Jr., Vlad Guerrero Jr., and Aaron Judge all had higher batting averages against righties than they did against lefties. So maybe they got a plan after all.
Wilson Contreras in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball. High fly ball down the left field line. That's got a chance. And it's off the Green Monster. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Man at second. Ball. Check swing. No appeal. Ball 2.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit it.
Way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play.
I'm just waiting for a foul ball up here. I mean, this is one of the best places to be ready and to have a foul ball opportunity. We got a great view of the action.
It was in this ballpark. You and I were working together in the 2013 Division Series, and you caught one. You remember it? Be honest. You remember that?
I do. I sacrificed a bracelet for it, but it was worth it.
Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. There's one. Throw to first, but he beat it.
Batting fifth, shortstop, Andrew Monasterio.
And that gets the inside corner for a strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
And a swing and a miss. Contreras, the runner at third. Story on at first with 2 down. Stays alive.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
In the dirt. Runners hold tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 2 on, 2 outs. Fights that one away. Still 1 and 2. In the dirt. Nothing happening on the bases, though. 2-2 down. Out towards right center field. Stanton on the move. Brings it in for the 3rd out. Scoreless after 1. Back inside Fenway Park. Now here's the Yankees cleanup hitter, Giancarlo Stanton. And there's a foul ball.
A little tardy on that fastball. Is going to have to get it going a little quicker. Get that front foot down.
Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boogie's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players questioning the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 1-2. That's to third. Durbin fires over to first. 1 out in the second.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Ahmed Rosario.
Looks like a really good fastball today. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping. Looking forward to hearing a lot of that one in this one.
Swing and a ground ball, and it goes just foul. The 0-2.
Ball. Down.
Second inning here, no score. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting sixth, left fielder, Randall Grichuk.
2 down, base is empty. Randall Grichuk now.
Hey!
Here comes the 0-1. On the ground, and that's just foul. 2 down, nobody on. Ball one
Back
there.
outside.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Got him swinging. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at Fenway,
Leading
so
off
stepping in for
the
Boston,
Red Sox,
Jarren Duran.
Left fielder, Jarren Duran.
Ball. That's outside.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them. The 1-0.
Hey!
Just
That ball went
missed.
out.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. 1 down.
Batting seventh, third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
And a bunt towards third.
Foul.
And foul ball.
Ball one. Ball. That's outside.
Fouled off down the right side. Here's a 2-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. The 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
And down on strikes he goes, and there are 2 down.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Now, here is Connor Wong.
Ball one.
The 1-0. Pulls that one foul. And now 1-2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A solo shot. The Red Sox score first. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox. The early lead. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up next for the Red Sox. That misses. Ball 1.
Hey! Ball, that's out.
And a ground ball to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here in Boston, all set for the start of the inning. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees.
Hey!
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this. That's a nice miss right there.
And he can't come up with it. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Ball.
And the 1-0. Fouled off. He was late.
Ball 2.
That one misses. And now 3-1. Austin Wells in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Yeah, that's fouled off. Payoff pitch. That's to third. Goes to second for 1 and 2. What a play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Base is empty after the double play. Austin Wells getting ready to hit. On the ground right side. Kiner-Falefa throws to first in time. That's the third out. Down in order go the Yankees. They're down 1-0. Back here at Fenway Park. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Ceddanne Rafaela.
Ceddanne Rafaela.
Swing and a miss.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
And the 0-2. That one hammered center field. Way back there. It's got a chance. And it hits off the monster. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around. You know, these Red Sox showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Man at second.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
That one fouled off. Line drive. That's a base hit. And they're at the corners with nobody out.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. He reached on a walk his first time. Oh, 1 down. Pitch gets away. The throw into second. Not going to get him. He's in there. Contreras up to second. Runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position.
Didn't look to me like he got a great handle on the ball as it came out of his hand. Cold nights, not really fun to play in, and it makes it tough to hit as well. Makes it tough to throw, and might have played a factor right there.
2-2 on the way. Just misses there.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And a payoff pitch. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the second time he's taken ball 4. Well, this is a tough situation with the bases loaded, but the healthiest mindset is just try to get outs 1 hitter at a time.
And the 0-1.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
Bases loaded, nobody out here in the last half of the third. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Fights it off, he'll see another.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one. They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
That one is absolutely belted. 1 runs in, and it bangs off the monster. Oh, the throw is over his head. Here comes the runner. He scores all the way from first. So just a brutal throwing error that time. No outs, runner at first. And stepping in for Boston, Andrew Monasterio. He's 0 for 1.
Hey.
Up the middle, Caballero steps on the bag for one. Throw is high and over his head. And this ball's going to wind up out of play.
Well, no trouble getting the double play started, but clearly some trouble on that return throw to first. I'm not sure if the runner going into second had a part in that or if it was something like a bad transfer. Either way, could have been 2 outs, but instead, they got to work around a runner in scoring position now.
He swings and fouls one off. Swings through that one for strike 2. That's a little high. And that is ball 1.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and it's 5-0.
Picks himself up an RBI. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
And next for the Red Sox, Caleb Durbin. That one is absolutely belted. Carrying well. And it is gone. A 2-run blast. And they boost their lead. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he's going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Cam Schlittler gives way, and unfortunately, he didn't get much help behind him defensively. New arm coming in. We'll be back.
Now pitching for the
Out of the
Yankees,
bullpen for the Yankees, Angel Chavez.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
That one fouled hard the other way. Fastball for a strike. Chavez, in his second season, he features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and he works in a slider. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Towards first. Goldie takes it to the bag. 2 down.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Grounded out his first time up. Check swing. He went. Strike 1. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Wow, that's 89 on the gun, and it's a changeup. It's like good hitting if you're looking for it, but because of the speed differential between the fastball and that pitch, really hard for a hitter to get on time with it.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. They bring 9 to the plate, and 6 come around to score. On to inning number 4. It's the Red Sox 7 and the Yankees nothing. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here in Boston as we go to the top of the 4th.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
That one hammered, but pulled foul. That misses the zone. And the count 1-2.
Ball 2.
Ripped on a line to center. And a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge comes to the plate now. We think of home runs when we see Judge, which makes sense because, well, he hits a lot of them.
Yeah, you're right about that, Boog. In fact, Judge hit 300 home runs before he reached 1,000 hits. The only other player in MLB history to do that was Mark McGwire.
I think of home runs with that guy, too.
Yeah, same. You know, these Yankees, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Ball 1.
Goldie aboard here at first with nobody out.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff.
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. Runner holds tight as the count moves to 2-2. Two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Struck him out swinging. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
The first one to Bellinger is in for a strike. Ground ball right side, and it goes just foul. Battling here as he fouls it away. The Bo Sox up big in this one. Top half of inning number 4. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
And a pop-up right side, foul territory. Has room, and he makes the catch. The Yanks leave 1. They continue to trail 7-0. Back here at Fenway, still stepping in for Boston, Ceddanne Rafaela.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
2 balls, no strikes to count. And another ball. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
That just came apart right there. 4-pitch walk, and guy at the plate was not going to help him out by swinging at something out of the zone.
first, and he dives back in safely. Fouled off left side. And a foul ball. On the ground, could be two. Chisholm to second, back to first, and it's over his head. And it's going to wind up out of play.
Up next for the Red Sox. Right
Stepping in,
fielder,
Wilyer Abreu.
Abreu.
That's a ball.
Man at second. That's ripped. Base hit. Contreras headed home. He'll score. It's an RBI single. It's 8-0.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Up next for the Red Sox, designated hitter, Trevor Story.
Yeah.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. Judge really on his horse for this one. That skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Andrew Monasterio.
Runners at second and third and one out. And now Andrew Monasterio. Here's your one.
Inside, ball one.
Line drive, base hit. One run is in. A second scores as well. It's a two-run single, and it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.
Ball, that's just out.
The 1-0.
When the skipper calls down to the bullpen, he's expecting the guy to come in and get outs. So far, not getting what he was hoping for.
Tap foul at the plate. Right through there for a strike. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Up next for the Red Sox, third baseman.
Here's the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. He's already homered here in this one. Derby checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. Yes, he did. That's a swing. The 0-2.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
And they'll do it again. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And the inning is over. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Red Sox 10 and the Yankees nothing. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
Singy, were you superstitious as a player?
I'd say a little bit, and I wouldn't want to admit it, but I think, you know, you have a good game the next day. You're maybe thinking a little bit when you're putting your spikes on. Which one did I put on first? What did I eat? You know, let me just bring that back into today.
So you weren't superstitious, you were a little stitious.
Yes, I was medium stitious.
To the right side. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Up next for the Yankees, left fielder Randall Grichuk.
Hey!
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they've still got both their challenges. 0-2 now. Inside, just missed. Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. 1 challenge remaining for them now. The Red Sox up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th.
That's a ball.
That one
ball 3.
misses. Ball 3. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Three and 2. Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Yankees, second baseman
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. Reached on an infield single his first time. That one catches the corner for a strike. Grichuk, the base runner at first with 1 out. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
And that's a strikeout. Ed Drummond says he won a round. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Ball. Ball 2.
In the dirt. Throws to second. In there safely. And now a man into scoring position.
That's a tough spot for the catcher, Boog. No chance of stopping the outside pitch, and now the runner moves up. Those moments can be really frustrating.
Runner at second, 2 down. All Red Sox in this one. Now 3-0. Fastball for a strike. And that one fouled off. Man on second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Just missed his spot on the inside right there.
Catcher Austin Wells.
So up next, Austin Wells. Rolled out to second in his first at bat. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. 2 outs, a couple of base runners at first and second. Activity in the bullpen. Eduardo Rivera, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go. And a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
2 on, 2 outs. In the air, right field. Abreu on his way over. And that is that. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. It's Major League Baseball on the show.
Now pitching for the
Back
Yankees,
now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Jake Bird.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Connor Wong.
You know, these Red Sox, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well. With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
That one finds the zone. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Movement in the Yankees pen. Camilo Doval, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. The 1-0. Just missed. Next pitch in for a strike, 3-1. Draws the walk there.
You get a walk, and you get a walk. Everyone gets a walk, Boog.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Here's the center fielder, Ceddanne Rafaela. That one way inside.
Maybe losing command a little bit after the walk. Next pitch, not even close.
Now this one gets away from the catcher. Connor Falefa into scoring position on the wild pitch. And there goes the double play possibility.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Man at second. And now the count filled up 3-2. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
They just keep handing out gifts, Boo. Were we supposed to bring something?
Singy, I think just our presence is the present.
Well, in this situation with runners on, you've got to get ahead in the count so that you can dictate the rest of the at-bat. Nice job right there.
Bottom of the zone and a called strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Last half of inning number 5. Got him. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Red Sox. Right
and here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jake Bird will depart. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
new
Yankees,
pitcher for the Yankees, Camilo Doval.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Ball 1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is fouled back. First and second, 2 down. Just missed.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it, so that's a good take by him.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. Three-two. He goes down looking. Boston strands a pair, but they still hold a 10-0 lead. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us.
Now pitching for
So the Red Sox bring on a new pitcher,
Number
Eduardo
75.
Rivera.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone. You know, these Yankees need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
To third. Slings to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
And either way, the results aren't what they want, and they're probably feeling a little overmatched in the box.
Here comes Aaron Judge. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
Inside, ball 1.
The Yankees with a lot of ground to make up, and we're the top half of the 6th. Rivera, in his rookie season, he features a four-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, a curve, and occasionally uses a cutter. Here's a 2-0. On the ground, out to short. Gets it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Cody Bellinger.
Ball inside. No, that's low.
Outside
That's
low,
3.
and it's 3-0. That's a strike across the top of the zone. Inside, and that's ball 4.
You know, Boog, it's been said these guys are savages in the box. You can see it right there with such tight plate discipline.
Runner at first with 2 away. Now here's Giancarlo Stanton.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Foul ball. Stays alive. Bellinger leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
Ball.
Great job of
touchdown.
laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 1 left for the Yankees. Not looking good. They're down 10-0. Back now at Fenway. This offense has lifted them to a lead with plenty of hits so far in this one as we look at the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one, Boog. Spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Activity in the bullpen for the Yankees. Tim Hill appears to be getting loose. And the 1-0. Out to short. Throws to first in time. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Andrew Monasterio.
Hey!
That's
Ball
off
1.
the mark. Ball 1. Almost got him. The count 2-1. Foul ball there. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Red Sox.
And at first, here's the left fielder, Jarren Duran. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. Got him. 2 down.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound. He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Boog, that's cheddar, baby.
Going 2 now. On a line. And that's the inning. 1 left for the Red Sox, but they're still in front 10-0. Back in Boston, top of inning number 7, Ahmed Rosario stepping in now for the Yankees. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Fought off foul.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Pitch is in the dirt. It's 2-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. This one in the air center field. Rafaela settles underneath it, and there's one away.
Up next for the Yankees, left fielder Randall Grichuk.
Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. That one in there across the letters. Grichuk wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. So the call will stand. So they're now out of challenges. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The Yanks with a lot of ground to make up here in the top half of inning number 7.
Ball in.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Yankees.
Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. 1 for 2. That clips the zone. 0-1. Next pitch is outside.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
On the ground to first. And that's a foul ball. Man at first, one away. Got him swinging. Had him out front for strike three.
For the Yankees, shortstop Jose.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Eduardo Rivera departs. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
New
the Red
pitcher
Sox.
now, number 78.
Number
And he's got a nice lead to work
Tyler
with, so he should come in
Cappiello.
throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Tap foul at the plate. And the lefty with the 0-1.
Ball.
Grichuk off of first with 2 away. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a 1-2. Squirts away a little bit. Throws to second, but he's in there easily. And now a man into scoring position.
You know, sometimes it takes a reliever a little time to get comfortable with the mound out there, especially when they come in trying to be nasty with every pitch they throw. Not exactly what they were looking for when they called him in, though. We'll see if he can settle down.
Man on second, 2 down. That misses the zone, and the count's full. Goes down looking. The Yanks leave one. They're down 10-0.
Now pitching for the
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tim Hill. He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Here's the catcher, Connor Wong. He's already homered in this game.
Connor Wong.
Now a pop-up on the infield. Goldie settles underneath it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman, Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
That's out.
Knee high, that's in for a strike. Up the middle. Jazz tosses to first. That takes care of Kiner Falefa.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
So back to the top of the order. Here's the center fielder, Cedar Rafaela.
Hey.
And that one almost got him. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th.
That's ball 2.
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Grichuk gets under it, and that'll do it. It's the Red Sox 10 and the Yankees nothing. Back here in Boston, here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells.
Ball.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Garrett Whitlock, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself.
Ball 2.
No question about this one. It's out of here. And they've got their first run. It's 10-1.
That could be one of those swings that really helps spark this offense. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it, carried out nicely.
Ball 1.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top of the 8th. On the ground to third. First out in the top of the 8th.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Aaron Judge.
It's Aaron Judge now. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too.
Oh.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Check swing, and he went. And the count's even at 2. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. They tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Cody Bellinger blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning, and they cut into the deficit. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 78 won't go any further tonight. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher for the Red Sox, Garrett Whitlock.
22.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Here's Stanton now. 0 for 3 in this one.
No, inside.
2 down, nobody on.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
The 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 10-2 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here at Fenway, so stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras.
First baseman, Wilson Contreras.
Looks like he sacrificed a pitch right down the middle for tracking and timing. Some good hitters will do that.
Here's the 0-2.
Nope. Outside.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
That's in. Ball 2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Fights it off. He'll see another. Payoff pitch. Gets a piece and stays alive. Left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. He saw a lot of pitches in that at bat and found a way to win the battle.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
That one a little bit high. Ball 1. Now it bounces away. Can't squeeze it. And he'll move up to second. No problem. Should be a pass ball, and that takes away the double play.
No, Boog, it's not often you see a catcher of his caliber defensively lose the handle on a pitch like that, but it does happen to everyone at some point or another, especially with all the nasty stuff we see pitchers throwing up there these days. He won't be happy with himself about that, though. Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Man at second. That one misses. 3-1 now.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Trevor Story comes up to the plate. This one popped up. And the infield fly is called.
Banner's out.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Andrew Monasterio.
That's a ball.
But that's a foul ball. Runners at first and second with one gone. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Grounded to third. Could be 2. Over to Jazz. There's 1. Double play. And that'll do it for the inning. They get a leadoff single but leave him stranded. Through 8 full. The Red Sox out front 10-2. Last chance coming up here for the Yankees. We go to the 9th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Ahmed Rosario. Whitlock is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. The 1-0. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Greg Weisser preparing to come on if needed. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
Ball 1, no strikes. He's so consistent that the manager basically could look at it like he's got 3 outs sitting in his pocket. That shortens the game.
That's ball 2.
When he takes the mound, you feel like, hey, this inning is wrapped or this ball game is over. He's just that good. And you can see it in opposing hitters as well.
The next pitch misses. Ball 3 balls, no strikes.
They know when he comes in, pretty much forget about it. Kind of reminds me of Mariano Rivera.
In for a strike, now 3-1. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Yankees with only 1 out remaining.
Got him out on the front foot. Couldn't keep the hands back long enough and played right into the hands of the pitcher.
So it's their last chance in this one. Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in now for the Yankees. 1 for 3. And it's fouled away. Two down, nobody on. Here at the top of the 9th. And there's a foul ball. The Yankees down to their final strike.
0-2 pitch that far out of the zone gives the hitter a little confidence that maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Two down, nobody on. Jackknifes out of the way. Got him, and that's the ball game.
This one was pretty much decided in the 3rd inning. From that point on, all they had to do was play fundamentally sound baseball to secure the win, and they did just that.
10-2 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long. From the hallowed grounds of Fenway Park, we've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. It's the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. First pitch coming at you right after the break. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Connolly early. What do you look for here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Paul Goldschmidt leading things off and takes a strike. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
Ball. That's inside.
Now one
That's a
missed.
ball.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Just missed. The 1-0. Dives, but it falls. Could be extra bases. And he'll reach second with one away.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
One out, runner at second. And here comes Bellinger. Judge, the runner at second with one away. Lined, and that's a base hit. As the go-ahead runner pulls up at third.
Here's a ball. It's hit right back up the middle. Clearly a base hit. I mean, that's one of those where you're expecting the guy from second to score. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Runners are at the corners, one away. On the ground to third. Over to Connor Falefa. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Now the Red Sox will get their shot. No score. We go to the bottom of the first, and going to the mound in this one for the Yankees, Cam Schlittler. What's the word on him?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. 1 up, 1 down. Time now to check out the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out. A lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
Wilson Contreras in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. That one to first. Goldie steps on the bag here tonight. An efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that means Trevor Story will have a chance to hit.
Everything came together for him. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
Hit on the ground to short. Play made. That ends the inning. Scoreless after 1. On now to the top half of inning number 2. And stepping in for the Yankees, Ahmed Rosario. Swings over the top of that one. Splits the plate. 0-2 now. Clyde Washington doing the umpiring behind the dish in this one. Sometimes considered a bit of a pitcher's umpire, Singy.
He likes the low ball, which traditionally favors pitching. But, hitters today are pretty good at dropping their barrel down. So we'll see how it goes in this one.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
No score here in the second.
Foul.
And that misses. And it's 2-1. Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
That misses.
That's ball 3.
Full count now. Started after it. Appeal to first. No, he held back. That's ball 4.
Boog, it's been said these guys are savages in the box. You can see it right there with such tight plate discipline.
1 out man at first. Here's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Out to center. Rafaela under it. And there's 2 down.
Batting 8th, shortstop, Jose Caballero.
That one fouled off. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike two. That one lifted to left. Duran coming on. And that is that. Now to the bottom of the second. We're tied, 0-0. Bottom of the inning. Still stepping in for Boston, Andrew Monasterio.
Andrew Monasterio.
Cold night tonight, Boog, and that's a pretty firm fastball right there. I tell you what, memories of getting jammed, they are creeping into my mind right now.
98 at the knees for a strike.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
Ground ball, Goldie. Takes it himself. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
Batting six, left fielder, Jaron Duran.
This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. He flexes his power with that swing, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
One down. Now the third baseman, Caleb Durbin. And he swings through that one. Comes up empty. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting eighth, catcher Connor Wong.
Popped in the air, left field. He makes the grab.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Isaiah Kiner-Falefa up to the plate.
Yep, that ball went out.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. That one ran inside, almost got him. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. Two on now with two away.
Center fielder.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
2 on, 2 outs. So 2 balls and no strikes.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
2-0. And another ball. Wilson Contreras on deck for Boston. Three-0 down. And there's the automatic. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. Bottom half of inning number 2. Swing and a pop-up. Chisholm under it. And makes the grab. And that's the 3rd out. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer. It's now a 1-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. On to the 3rd inning, and stepping in for the Yankees, Austin Wells.
Ball 1.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
He was all over that one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
You'll 1. And that drops in for a strike.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Wells gets his lead at first, nobody out.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
That one is absolutely belted, but foul. Missed inside with the curve.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion. Try to avoid a double play here, Boog.
And a payoff pitch. Got him swinging for the K. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Aaron Judge at the plate. Doubled his first time up. Fastball for a strike.
Ball 1.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Makes the grab, tracks it down after the long run. 2 away now.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Cody Bellinger.
Oh, that's off the plate.
On the ground, right side. Connor Falefa throws to first in time. 3rd out. 1 left for the Yankees. They still trail 1-0. Set for the bottom of the third. So stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras.
Wilson Contreras.
Hey!
Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A solo shot. And they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the last half of the third. The 1-1. This one in the air, center field. Judge on the move, reaching for it, and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
Here's Trevor Story now. Grounded out to short in his first trip. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
That's a ball.
On the ground, Goldie. He'll do it himself. Now 2 out.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Andrew Monasterio.
That is upstairs for ball 1. Monasterio goes 5 feet 11 inches, 28 years old, and he was born in Venezuela.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And there's a curve through for a strike.
Ball 2.
That missed by a lot. Full count now. Into center and a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Red Sox.
Now batting Jaron Duran.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Hey!
And the 0-1.
Inside, ball 1.
Monasterio, the runner at first with 2 gone. Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Boston with another on the solo blast. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back here at Fenway Park. And stepping in for the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. Ball one low. A sliding stop. Nicely done for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
The 0-1. And that one is inside ball one. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. And on further review, it was a strike. Still 2 challenges left for them. Sets him down looking. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
2 down, bases empty. And next for New York, Randall Grichuk. Pitch misses there. Ball one.
You want to be patient here. Try to work a walk if you can. You've got a big power bat behind you in the on-deck circle. And with 2 outs, 1 swing, puts you right back in this ball game.
Pulls that one foul. 2 down, nobody on. Swings through that high fastball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Red Sox leading it by 2. Top half of inning number 4. Got him looking. That's out number 3. So the Yanks go in order. They trail it here 2-0. Bottom 4, still stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin.
Third baseman, Caleb Durbin.
And first offering is fouled off.
Ball one.
.99 miles per hour to finish him off. Let's take a look at his pitch usage in this one, Singy.
Well, he's known for that 4-seamer, Boog, and we've seen plenty of it from him today. You don't throw one pitch this much without having plenty of confidence in it. And he's mostly held them in check. We'll see if they can break through over the next couple of innings.
Ball, that's out. Hey!
Line to second, snagged on the bounce. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Red Sox, second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Isaiah Kiner Falefa, 1 for 1 with a single so far. Tried to check his swing there. Now an appeal to first. And yes, he did. That's a swing, according to Earl Hendricks. The 0-1. Right through there for a strike. This one popped up. Wells moving under this one. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for Boston, but they're on top 2-0. Ready now for the fifth inning. And stepping in for the Yankees, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
You know, these Yankees just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Good hitters count the 2-0. There's the strike. That catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Stays alive.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
On the ground to first, Contreras tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
No, that's down. Aye.
The Bo Sox up by 2, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Pulls up on it, and that's a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Austin Wells stepping in now for the Yankees. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up.
Ball 1.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Well, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Runner on the go. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He decides to hold on to it, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
Up next for the
That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Nope, outside.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, 1 out. Out number 2.
Up next for the Yankees, center fielder Aaron Judge.
Critical at bat coming up, and in steps Aaron Judge. 1 for 2. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Can't reach it. This should score at least 1. 1 runs in. Now a relay to the plate. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. Home half of the fifth coming up. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Yankees 1. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back here in Boston. So stepping in for Boston, Cedar Rafaela.
Cedar Rafaela.
You know, these Red Sox doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out one time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning. All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
That one not close, and it's 2-2. Curve in the dirt. Good job to fight that one off. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Here comes a 3-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. That one misses. So a leadoff walk. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish.
First baseman.
It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges.
That pitch is out.
The wind to kick the 2-0. And
Ball
another
3.
ball.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
There's the strike. And that is out of play. Payoff pitch. Good plate appearance there. Able to take the walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. Quick move to first. Contreras back on a dive. Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Oh, 1 now. Action in the pen down there. Angel Chevy, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Bird warming up as well. Man at first, 1 away.
Ball.
Runner takes off. Base hit, left center field. Contreras around second. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Up next for the Red
Here comes the
Sox,
skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Cam Schlittler won't go any further, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for the
New pitcher
Yankees,
on here,
number
Angel
57,
Chevy.
Angel
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Now the 0-1. And a big swing and a miss.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
The 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Such a challenge when a guy's got great velocity. He's throwing a slider over 90 miles per hour. You want to be ready to hit that fastball, but that late break just eats you up every time.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Andrew Monasterio. Upstairs.
Nope, that's a ball.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. Last half of inning number 5.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
Here's a 2-0. And that one fouled off. Two on, 2 outs. And a big swing and a miss. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Contreras crosses the plate. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, he comes through clutch with the RBI single. That was big. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Abreu, the lead runner at second. Monasterio at first, 2 out of the inning. That one pulled foul. This to center field. Base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And they're up by 3.
Comes through with the RBI. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
First and second, 2 outs. Caleb Durbin up next for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
The 0-1.
Ball.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
2 on, 2 outs. Line shot into the gap, should score at least 1. Headed for the plate. 1 run across. Durant around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and the lead is up to 5.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one carrying. And it's off the Green Monster. Around second now as they still don't have it. And he's in at third with an RBI triple.
Well done. Drives in the run. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Angel Chevy done for the night, and he leaves a runner at third. So we'll see how the next pitcher deals with that when we get back.
Now pitching for the
Now on the
Yankees,
bump, Jake
number
Bird.
59.
He pitched
Jake Bird.
yesterday, and we'll see him once again. So digging in, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
Ball.
Two outs and a runner at third. All Red Sox in this one. That just
Ball two.
misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Back there. In comes the run from third to add on. The throw in, tag, and he's safe.
there, he's
It's
safe.
a hustle double.
Picks himself up an RBI. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Just missed. Two outs and one in scoring position. Outside low. Ball 2.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. He talked about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
And that one is downstairs. 3 balls and a strike.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
Man on second, 2 down. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
For the Red Sox, first baseman
Wilson Contreras now up to the plate. He's already homered here in this one. That one in the dirt and gets away. But no advance from the runners. In the dirt, blocked. Chopper right side. Chisholm tosses to first. That'll end the inning after a lot of scoring. But 6 runs here in the inning have taken a close game and broken it wide open. 5 innings complete. Red Sox 8 and the Yankees 1. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher
Red
for the
Sox,
Red Sox,
number
Eduardo Rivera.
75.
He's making his 2nd appearance of the season. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. In the air to left center, Durant under it. Takes it in for the out. And there's one down.
Up next for the Yankees, right fielder
Giancarlo Stanton to the plate now. And a foul ball. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Number 78, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Moran also throwing. Check swing, and he went. And it's 1-2. That one missed. The Red Sox up big in this one, and we're in the top half of the sixth. Got him looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. So they've still got both their challenges. Ripped, but it curls foul. Rosario in his 9th season, 30 years old now, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. The 0-2. Liner snagged at first.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Randall Grichuk now. He is struck out, and he is walked. On a line, base hit. Stanton around second, heads for third. Throw cut off to second. Not in time. It's a double.
A lot of hitters tell themselves line drive over the infielder's head. That's what I'm trying to do. Just keep that approach simple. And right there, it was perfectly executed. On time with everything and pulled it into the gap nicely.
Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Close, but called a ball. Ball one. Two on, two outs. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Grounds one to short. Monasterio on to first. Out number 3. Yanks strand a pair. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Back here at Fenway Park, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
And they've really been peppering left field, as you can see from the graphic right here. Might be time for the defense to slide a bit towards that side.
On a line out towards center. And there's one away.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the at-bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but, hey, you got to keep swinging it.
Here's Story now. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout.
pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Nope.
Just missed. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2.
Nope. Outside.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Red Sox.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Aye.
The 0-1. Story on the move. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. Foul ball there. Man at second. And that one got a piece of him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. Now the left fielder, Jaron Duran.
RBI not for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Ball 1.
And the 1-0.
That's a ball.
Right through there for a strike. And a foul ball. Two on, 1 out. Line drive to short and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Jake Bird will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for the
Camilo
Yankees,
Doval
number
takes over on the
75,
mound.
Camilo
Hasn't pitched in the
Doval.
last 3 days.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
First and second, 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 6th. In the dirt. Throw into third. Safe there, and we've got runners at second and third with 2 away. So on the wild pitch, 2 guys advance.
No trouble moving up to second on that play with the ball getting that far away from the catcher. Nice job to take advantage of the wild pitch.
The 2-1. And that one hit to first. What a stop. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out.
Excellent stop right there. He wants to take it himself, waves the pitcher off, and continues to run into the dugout.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have to go Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
And the strike is overturned after review. Still 2 challenges left for them. The 1-0.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. And a foul ball.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia, is that right?
Yep, and then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Comes the 2-2. And they'll do it again. Just misses. Ball 3.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses. Nope. So a leadoff walk.
It's not easy laying off that pitch. It's designed to fool you, but he just wasn't fooled at all. Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Fouled off left side. He swings and fouls one off. Caballero on at first. Nobody out.
And that's awfully close. I don't know how you take that. He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
That one is absolutely belted. And that one will bang off the wall near the pesky pole. Caballero around third. He will score. It's 8-2.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Back to the top of the order. Here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. 0 for 3 in this one. Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. That one back. And it hits off the monster. In comes the run from second. Throw to second, not in time. He's there easily.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Red Sox bullpen. Eduardo Rivera gives way, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
they hand the ball over to a new arm, number 78. This southpaw has been really good against left-handed hitters.
Ball inside.
Fair ball. Here comes Goldie around third. In comes the run from second. Safe. And that's his third hit.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Here's Cody Bellinger, 1 for 3. And that's outside. And it's 1-0. The Yankees looking to rally. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in the top half of inning number 7. That misses. 2-1. Base hit into the outfield. He's in there.
Up next for the Yankees, right fielder Giancarlo Stanton.
First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit. When it unravels, it can unravel pretty quickly. And right now, you're in a situation where you're one swing away from it being a one-run ball game.
High fly ball, right field. Abreu ranging back, reaching for it, makes the catch. Runner tagging and heading for home. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. It's 8-5. One out man at first. And now it's Ahmed Rosario.
Get on base here and keep building off this momentum. They're getting closer, but they still got some work to do.
Ball one, no strikes. And foul ball. The 1-1. On the ground, 2 ball. Over to Connor Falefa. On to first, double play. 7th inning stretch time. Red Sox 8 and the Yankees 5. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Bottom of the 7th. So stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong.
Catcher, Connor Wong.
Hey.
The 0-1.
That's a ball.
Movement in the bullpen. Tim Hill, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. The 1-1.
That's ball 2.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Carrying well. See you later. He hammers one out to center. And they add a run. It's 9-5.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
Popped up. Chisholm in position. One down.
Up next for the Red Sox, center fielder, Cedar
Back to the top of the order now. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Cedar Rafaela. One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the bottom of the seventh. Foul ball. The 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here's Contreras now. He blasted one out earlier in the third.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
Hey!
Swing and a foul out of play. Two down, nobody on. In the air, right field. And that is that. The Red Sox pick up a run on the homer. It's now 9-5. Back here at Fenway, and stepping in for the Yankees, Randall Grichuk. The Yanks in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at bat out of him right here.
And it's fouled away. The Red Sox with some bullpen action. Garrett Whitlock, the right-handed sinker baller. He looks to be readying himself. Weiser getting cranked up as well. Yeah, that's fouled off. Back foot slider ties him up, struck him out.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider. Good two-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Next offering is fouled back. And the 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Checks his swing. Appeal to third. Did not go. And now 2-2. Next pitch misses way outside. Fights it off. He'll see another. Ninth pitch of the at-bat due next. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Yankees, shortstop Jose.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Number 78 out of the game. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
So
the
they
Red
turn
Sox,
things over to the righty,
number
Garrett
22.
Whitlock.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
2 down, base is empty. Jose Caballero digs in now. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one in the dirt. Ball 3. And there's ball 4.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Up next for the Yankees, catcher Austin Wells.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Way back there. It's got a chance. And that one is off the top of the wall. In to score from first. It's 9-6.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Here is Goldschmidt.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
And there's the strike.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Runner at second, 2 down. Just missed.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls, so that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
Fouls one off. 2-2. Man on second, 2 down. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and a runner left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Red Sox 9 and the Yankees 6. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show.
Now pitching for the
Back
Yankees.
now, new pitcher on the
Number
mound as we
41,
roll into the
Tim
bottom of the
Hill.
8th, Tim Hill.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Leading off for the Red Sox, right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Oh, that's just out.
Next
That's
pitch is
ball three.
downstairs. And there's the automatic.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
In the air, left field. Grichuk takes it in for the out. One away.
Up next for the Red Sox, designated hitter, Trevor Story.
This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. And a foul ball. Check swing, but he went too far. No balls, 2 strikes. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Nope. Ball 1.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Throws to first. Got him.
Up next for the Red Sox, shortstop Andrew
And next for the Red Sox,
Monasterio.
Andrew Monasterio. Line drive, base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Up next for the Red Sox, left fielder.
Here's the left fielder, Jarren Duran. He launched a solo shot back in the 2nd inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
Pitch misses, and that is ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Monasterio leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And there's a foul ball. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Fastball at the letters froze him for strike 3. And the Red Sox leave 1. And they won't add to their 9-6 lead.
Now pitching for
Back
the Red
now,
Sox,
and on the mound, the
number
closer,
24,
Aroldis Chapman.
Aroldis
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball, and we see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
Nice grab to first, and they get the out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Up next for the Yankees, the designated hitter, Cody Bellinger.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen. So hard to play catch-up.
Off the plate inside. 1-2 to count.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And they're down to their last out.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Stanton in the box now. No balls and a strike. They're down to their final strike.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Two down, nobody on.
That turns out to be a really good take right there, but you don't want to end this game with the bat on your shoulder.
The 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a ball popped up. Wong has a beat on it. And he'll put it away. Ball game. And the Red Sox slug their way to a win in this one.
Plenty of runs to go around in this one. Not a great